A warning. Warning. If you hear something that makes you upset on the broadcast, true, opinion, or otherwise, you are free to sign off or go to another channel. If you can't, please contact the displayed number below to seek help. Trolling and hate watching is more serious than you think. Now back to our scheduled broadcast.
Hello, folks. It's me again. Uh, the show I've been trying to do for the past 3, 4 nights, but here we are on Sunday. So, just just gonna go ahead and say that I'm just gonna title these regularly from now on. Not because smoke can happen at any time. So, yeah. So let's get down to business. We got RPM in the building. We got Aaron Roten. Got Phil Bradley. Phil Bradley. All right. Yes. Yeah. Revelator, the Spirit of Variance was good. And Marcus Romero Productions. Everyone, as you're coming in and as you're the part of the replay gang, please hit that like button. Just a moment, please. Hope everyone has had a good week. Had a very busy one, but it's Christmas, so I hope everyone and their kids are okay. For those of you who worked hard all year to provide for your children, it's a shame that some of you are telling your kids, including myself, because I let this get to this point too, that a fat, chubby white man that squeezes down your chimney magically gives them those gifts instead of you with your hard-earned money. So if you disagree, if you're in the replay gang and you're a parent, you can put it in the comment section. Um, I thought about telling mine, but I mean, maybe I'll probably wait till she's about I don't know, 11. So anyway, not that we're worshiping these things, because I know how some of you get out there. Oh man, he's idolatry. Nah, so like playing a game. I mean, I knew something was up by the time I was like 10, so it's not spoil the fun for everyone. Uh, Marcus Romero Productions is in the building. In Detroit 313 was good. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Get some music on, because I've been wanting to speak about this for a minute, and I don't think that people have a clear understanding of what red pill is, because lately I've been seeing red pill get mentioned, and um, it's not mentioned in a good light. It's almost as if um, I'll just play this. It's it's almost as if red pill is seen as a, I would say, bastardized male version of feminism, which that's one concern I had. I don't know, a while ago, maybe still a little bit. Uh, when it comes to speaking on subjects such as red pill, but I see it come up a lot across social media. This is not in particular to one event or one content creator. Uh, these are people with social media accounts abroad, like beyond YouTube. You know, I don't run into too many simps on Instagram, but Facebook, wow. And I'm not saying all these guys who oppose these pill movements are simps or anything like that. Just letting you guys know what it is. But I don't know, is I a while back, uh it was a while back, I made a video about a guy that I showed up in his chat and I disagreed with him, and he just went on this tangent. Yeah. I don't mean to affect people's spirit like that. Not trying to claim any kind of power over someone's psyche. I just didn't mean to do it. But I do understand one thing about our people is that disagreement is by far one of the worst things that you could ever do to one of us. But I try to assure everyone who listens that it's not like that on this channel, although anything you say can be challenged, right or wrong. You know, I was just tell you guys to be on the side of right when this happens. Now, whether you think this image up here is cringe or not, I just figured we'd start with that. uh, yeah, so like I said, I hope everyone had a good week. Hope your Christmas shopping is done or almost done. I know it can be stressful out there. Safe travels to those who are seeing your family members in other states, in some cases other countries, although I can't imagine that you haven't left yet if it's another country. So, but however you guys do things, I'm just saying, I just want everybody to have a good time and have a safe holiday. But let's see what's going on. Aaron Roca, Black Lives Matter. Whatever's best for the country, I'll just say that. But you are also welcome here to share your thoughts in the live chat. And for those of you in the clouds as well, drop a hello or some shit like that. I mean, you ain't necessarily got to do that. Some, listening is fine too. It helps the algorithm, but make sure you press like, at least, or for those of you dislike. So I don't know. I just run across these images, mostly on Facebook, and I figured, hey, let me use it. As you know, Martin Luther King is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the most prolific civil rights leader in history. Regardless of how any of you feel about the civil rights movement, it's seen in an AI image. Obviously, it's an AI image. Engaging in a little feet movement with an AI image of Sexy Red, and Black Joe Biden is an AI image too, and the laughing dog is real. So, for those of you who are offended by that, I was too when I saw it. That's why I'm using it right now. Did you see Billy Carson got cooked by Wes Huff? No, but if Billy Carson is the liberal and Wes Huff is the conservative, I am willing to believe that. I mean, at this point in history, I myself and don't consider myself to be a mega conservative, but my values fall where my best interests are, and the best interests of those that are close to me. So if there is government that is going to affect that in a negative way, I think we need to purge that part of the government by doing what's necessary to get that done. If that means not going with the same old, the Obama plan, then so be it. Okay, so let me pull up that poll real quick. I would of course have to stop the music. Yeah, so just a moment. Because I wanted to talk about that poll for a second. And some of the comments, that were on that poll. Okay. All right, cool. Here we go. Found it. There we go. All right. I know my pacing is a little bit off, but bear with me for those of you who are watching. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Okay. Okay. Just tell me what y'all think. Okay. Let me. All right, cool. There we go. Hopefully the music is not double playing. I didn't share the sound, but I had this poll up for like 5 days. Usually my polls pop a little bit more than this, but I guess you gotta stay engaged with folks. That's usually a rule of thumb for YouTube. It says, and it was a question. It was a yes or no. Do you believe that married men belong in red pill, black manosphere spaces? You can comment why you voted also. So I got 4 comments out of the 43 people who voted. And as you can see from the 43 votes, 91% of the votes were yes, and 9% of votes were no. Uh, Really, when I ask people to comment, I always like to get the thoughts of the people who said no. But the people who said yes, what they think means something as well, is they're able to share it. Just engaging the channel is always good. So, Cosmic Warrior said, cringe thumbnail. A chick that looks like a nigga. Yeah, well, what's good? What's good, Cosmic Warrior? Thanks for coming through. So let me just go through the yeses. We go through the guys who voted yes, which were in the comments. So got Christopher the Conqueror. He comes through here ever so often. He might come through tonight. The night is young. He says being red pill isn't even about being single now. Let me stop right there and reading it. With some people, it is. There are some people who believe, and this is not a shot at anyone. This is something that I've always wanted to, me being a married man on this platform, who very often in the past claimed the Black Manosphere. And in the past, people have called me red pilled, which I believe that's debatable because, two words like that could mean many different things to many different people. And there's some positive things about being red pilled, and there's some negative viewpoints on it, as to, some guys would even suggest, and I'm just saying guys because, I have to expect that women are likely not going to vibe with me on this. And I don't fucking care. So when I drop that link, if anybody's up to discuss this with a married man, I'll be good for that tonight. Okay, so Christopher the Conqueror says being red pill isn't even about being single. It's about being aware of how society is organized in reality, not in fairy tale land, and moving accordingly. I do agree with that second sentence. I agree with the first sentence, actually. I mean, you can be single or married. I mean, it's whatever, but be true to it and just be able to stand 10 toes down when the time comes. So said that looks different for different people. Yes, marriage on your terms. Yes, SYSBM, monk mode, free agent lifestyle, passport bros, etc. are all different options one can pursue when they realize how things actually are and work, i.e. become red pilled. If you want to do a no marriage space, fine, but the red pill is a wide umbrella, whether you like it or not. Okay, yeah, so that comment was for whoever was reading. All right, let me like that. Pastor Robert said, I've been married twice. Now, I haven't said that. Speaking as a divorcee, now currently remarried to my second wife, there's value from both experiences. So, what do you mean by that? Both marriage or being red pill and not red pill? Not real sure about that one, but thanks for the comment nonetheless. Carlton Paget said, yeah, the married man is supposed to lead the movement. Oh, okay. And here's the thing. Okay, as a married man that is in a space that is supposedly has a red pill presence. First thing I would always expect is for people to lead themselves. And it's not an expectation set by me. That's just how life moves. Life will move without me. If I get struck down right now, life will go on for you guys. Hopefully. No, I mean, like, as in, like, you don't get struck down at the same time as well. I mean, go on, live very fruitful lives. But who knows what's going to happen in the next minute? Life will go on. So always be prepared to move according to what's best for yourself. I can't tell you shit. um, Married men lead the movement. How are married men going to lead anything as in the state of the black marriage these days? There are people who are single that don't give a shit if someone is married, or if, in my experience in social media spaces, don't give a shit whether you're married or have a child, especially a daughter. So I know the harshness of an environment like this. The leader of the movement can be a single guy. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. I don't agree that married men should lead. What for what? Oh, we're an example of the black family. I mean, for real, I'm not real sure that we as a community, if we can call it that, wants the black family model. It's like we there's many of us that talk about how much we want the black family model, and I know from my personal experience how beautiful the black family model can be and the challenges that comes with it. But that's not everybody's cup of tea. But at the same time, what has worked historically in a collective sense and what hasn't? You know, you can turn your back on it all you want, but facts are facts. And we know how much we hate that in this community, in spaces adjacent, because in red pill spaces, if we want to keep it all the way 100, red pill spaces are supposed to be those types of harsh truth environments. You know, black men being brutally honest about anything can be beneficial, but due to the high emotional content of how we deal with topics here, which, you know, about to get to in a minute, shit, maybe also to our detriment. So this whole attack on red pill, uh like I said about the YouTuber I made the video about, because I went off on kind of a tangent there. um yeah, I showed up, he showed out, I was timed out, and I ain't appreciate being timed out. I didn't. Yeah, you know, at the time, somebody time me out right now, just don't fuck with 'em. It's just it is what it is. I don't beg to be at somebody's party. I throw my own. Um, so I made a video about him making fun of his weight, you know, shit like that. I mean, it's you know, I felt disrespected, so and, you know, cracked a few jokes, you know, throw a few sound bites in, you know, little clever stuff. I mean, didn't really get anything accomplished. I mean, it got at the time about 300 views, and that's pretty good for a video. Um, yeah, but you know, my whole point was we spaz out a little bit too much on disagreement. Just disagreement. Just disagreement. I will always encourage people to uh speak on what's right in their heart. Silver Cyborg, I voted yes, and I believe there is value in having as many black men talking as possible. The wheat can be sorted from the chaff eventually. Mm. Some people like to put it on their level of accomplishment, you know, their connection to their spirituality, you know, just being a man, being able to alpha your way through life. But then there are those that probably are here to, you know, they don't quite have the understanding that some of the more, you know, the stronger ones do. So, but the thing is, instead of like the stronger ones or those who see themselves as strong, instead of them trying to pull those guys up, they knock those guys down. Try to make everything some type of ego dick measuring contest. I've talked about HNIC complex before. I ain't saying that, every time brothers get together, we need to be all, getting along and, leaning on each other's shoulder and say, good job, buddy. No, good job. Even though nothing's wrong with that directly, but, just doing it just to do it, that'll make you like any group of feminists. That would be the male feminism, that I try to avoid when it comes to these things. This concept that men can never be wrong. But at the same time, I don't think I'm excuse me. I don't think black men need to be checked any more than we have been. We know what people see in us, and they see this negative thing that we are constantly reminded of it, that we are somehow not respected. And and I'm not saying that any group of people it is immune from accountability despite anything. I mean, if you do something stupid that leads to a lot of people getting harmed and the news reports it, yes, that's going to be your accountability. It is not something that you should have a get out of jail free card with. It is what it is. You deserve to be held accountable. But just, random stuff like, just coming up with a broadcast, the for the 50th time, in the past 3 months, there's got to be an attack on the red pill. And one thing that I would say is that most people who I guess are red pill, I mean, there's a couple guys that call themselves red pill, and I'm cool with those guys. So the guys that call themselves red pill should address the guys who say that, red pill is a bad thing, or it's a misogynistic, sexist, black woman hating movement, because everything always has to be centered around that. Your blackness is weighed upon how you feel about the woman counterpart, which I mean, I think you need to search for that within yourself first. I mean, that's just me at the end of the day, whether you're male or female. But you got enough respect for yourself as a man to search with it in yourself first. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't think that me and you can have a conversation, and that is okay with me. I will live or I will die when it's my time. Shit. It just me. Boy, so Can't See in Red was good. A Big Dog Prod was going on. Got Marine 70. I've been married 34 years, and believe me, any woman will shit test you. Also, it's good to know what's up in order to help the younger brothers. The whole shit test thing. My belief is that people should humble themselves. I mean, no matter what stage in life you are, because one day you won't be able to do any of that shit anymore. But carry on being a bitch. I don't care. There are several billion people on this planet. Let's see, we got Ray Hummer, the Hummer Force. What's good, my brother? Prepper 101 was up. Yeah, red pill. My understanding of red pill is that you either get it or you don't get it, which is blue pilled. Yeah, I just stick to it as close to the matrix as possible. It is that if one part of the red pill is to be careful with how modern women move, then I'm all for that shit. I am for brothers moving smart and not doing things that hurt themselves, whether a chick is involved or not. I mean, but it's like I I don't know why. People can say whatever they want about what I've said in the past or whatever crash out I had, but for the majority of us folks, us black folks, we sensitive as fuck. Like in regards to a difference of opinion, we are sensitive as fuck, and we are willing to say anything about the person that is making us sensitive as fuck. Like I said, when I drop that link, you can come up and disagree. It's just no matter how many people are in here, you only talking to me. So, um, that's what I don't get. And I've seen it all. I've seen all kinds of comments. I've heard all kinds of commentary. Ew. Shit. I don't know, man. Many of us need to go back to the drawing board. I'm not talking about red pill in particular. I think red pill is pretty cut and dry. I don't go around calling myself red pill. I don't. And it's not some point of shame. People have called me many things, but I only like the ones that I agree with. So that's all of us. But the point I'm trying to make is, these guys who I guess they claim that they live solid, good lives, which I have no problem with. A successful black man has never been a problem for me. I've known many successful, humble guys. I've known them. We're all cool. It is what it is. We respect each other as men. But when it comes to platforms such as this, man, some of you guys are just so hard pressed to do so. What matters up here on a platform like YouTube, whether people like it or not. I mean, accomplishments do matter according to how people listen to you. But your talk game is and game is, I use that term very, very loosely in this case. Don't think of it as, I'm gonna start, bring back the wave as a dance or some shit like that. And walk with a stride everywhere I go. I'm too old for that shit. Basically what I'm talking about is your verbiage, the pace of the way you say things, the enthusiasm you introduce to everything that you say. I don't care what you're doing in your real life. You're the only one that needs to worry about that. Shoot. Hear ye. I took a shit today and it was wonderful. Like, who wants to know that? And guess what? The turtle I got from my kid took a shit today too. Like, okay, things are going great. Now, what we doing on this YouTube thing? Art Gustav, I see you down there. Yeah, so anyway, it's just for me, I'm starting to believe this whole, red pill, black manosphere, these podcasts, all that shit, just it ties into depth together because you hear the mainstream media say it, and brothers get on these YouTube platforms and they feel like the eyes are looking at them, and they get like they get like Peter, when Jesus was taken away to be crucified. It was like he was with them too. No, that wasn't me. Denying the red pill and the podcast and the manosphere 3 times before the cock crows. It's ridiculous. One thing I did tell that guy, that content creator I made that video about, was I thought it was trendy. I thought it was trendy that, whenever you complain about a certain space, But when somebody shows up to, have an opposite point of view, it's all this flipping out. And what's disturbing to me is I've been doing this content for a few years now, and I haven't gotten the answer to my original question. I don't think I've talked about this that much. The only reason why I created a Facebook group with the same name is I wanted to get to the bottom of why we were so shitty toward each other, where all these bullshit mentalities were coming from. And it really is a lost cause. It's not like I'm really fighting for anything at this point. It's just that there's many that's just on the same stupidity. I mean, it's a willingness to just attack any point any black man is trying to make that is not talking about another brother. And I'm not like, and I have to say this again, I'm saying this for guys. I'm not saying stick the pacifier in black men's mouth. I just believe that there's this, I don't know, this underlying purpose, this kind of agenda as to why it always circles back to basically what black men decide to talk about when we get on these platforms. And these seems to be, and I ain't gonna lie, they seem to be some pretty popular conversations too. Oh. Marriage in the United States is truly not respected, which is truly about legacy and wealth, plus building together as husband and wife is a powerful empire, long term. Okay. It could go that way or it could go south, because I think many men fear in marriage is the fact that the law is advantageous to women. So many men don't want to get screwed out of our assets and our earnings. And for those of you guys who've accomplished a lot, though, from the feedback I've gotten, they want to be careful with stuff like that. They don't see women as having really good intent, for whatever they built. So we have to also understand that point exists as well. And nor have I ever preached that guys needed to be married. What I'm saying is, as a collective, when we do things, which one is fair better? Everybody being single or everybody being married? And that, which at no point that has ever happened, but which one you think is the better scenario overall? So, like I said, I'm not asking anybody to do anything they don't want to do. Enjoy your life, live your life, party it up. So I'm going to drop this link. So if anybody, it's got about a good 10 minutes to happen. Forever blessed, what's good? Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Please hit that like button. So I didn't name this Smoke Show Sunday. I don't know. Maybe I figure I'm being a little bit too gimmicky with it. Let's just have some shows. Let me just get back to basics. That's all. And I mean, for those of you who are doing well at this point in your YouTube careers, then congratulations. I'm happy for you. Especially if I've, if I've been a spectator and watch you grow as a channel, I really appreciate being part of that process as a viewer. All right. So let's see what's on this next slide. All right. Let's talk about this young man for a second. not something I'm monumentally worried about, but I'm surely not surprised. And there's a lot of old niggas that are content creators, or I should say, older ninjas that are trying to shoot this young man some advice about what how he is moving about in his relationship. This young man is named Travis Hunter. I don't know her name. I don't know, but I've been seeing shit like this, these memes like this. And it was like, oh man, you believe every meme you see on Facebook? I was like, no, motherfucker. But when you see the video, it confirmed it. Don Jizzle, interracial culture. Hashtag Ask YSBM Bros. 316, drink some beer, Stone Cold. Okay. All right. I guess that was an homage to Jim Ross. Unfortunately, I can tell you her name. Her name is Leanne. All right, Leanne. I mean, as far as her looks go, she doesn't seem like she's all that bad looking, I would say, but looks, of course, aren't everything. And Travis Hunter. Anyway, okay, so let me read this. Travis Hunter used to drive his girlfriend to parties, wait outside for her, and then take her home afterwards. I have never had that little self respect for myself. I've never, if you've ever done that, like if you've done what she said Travis Hunter used to do for her, I mean, if you're happy with it, that's fine. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone shit. You can't trust many people around here. Trust is a hard thing to come by. It's not a thing that it's not a thing that you want to fuck around with. But okay, it's in the quotes at the bottom of the screen. I used to party and stuff, and you literally drive me and sit outside for hours while I'm inside partying and take us as in him and her, or us as in him, her, and the guy she begged to ride the back seat with as he drove around like a chauffeur, like partying and doing all kinds of spirits and drugs and smiling like a donut and wiping her face off before she goes outside and meet up with her ride, Travis Hunter. And I've also heard him say, if I make the NFL next year, I'm going to ask her to marry me. Well, I tell you, what was he doing when he wasn't practicing? What was he practicing football when he was growing up? Was he watching the Disney Channel? Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, and this guy, he's a youngin'. So I'm going to be careful with my language when it comes to younger people, period. That's just how it is. I mean, he's a grown up, sure, but still, I mean, I was well in here when this guy was a baby, and maybe her too. I don't know, but still, bruh, it's not. Well, what do you think the problem is? Did he have a strong male figure in his life? Was his father in his? Oh yeah, his father was in his life. He gave props to his father. Yeah, of course, his father was in his life. Which is, I don't know why, what is, is not, your father can't really save you from everything. You can only get advice from your dad, and there's no guarantee that all dads are smart, but black dads, as far as, and people are going to hate to hear this, stats and actual facts, we are pretty good. Sir Anthony. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Salute. That is all gravy. Revelator, the spirit of variance. Saying this about Leanne. that's because she had to make herself as famous as Travis. Yeah, yeah. That man is getting his shine on, and she sees potential. Potential yacht, potential mansion, potential car, potential fake friends, potential Spanish gardener, look, all that shit. Like, and stuff. Her too, Kev, her too. This man, but for real, that's the only thing that I need to know as far as what's going on with this young man, if he's doing that. But said potential affairs. Yep, potential affairs. Yeah, let me see. So, all right. Had something else I wanted to talk about too. Okay, yeah. That they've been playing the AI game on Dr. Umar. So I've been enjoying these. Irvin Reed was good. He said he's a perfect example of what the modern women say they want or really only want to exploit. Yeah. You know, one of the points of shaming that we often see in this space is that, you know, these guys are broke, you know, and calling guys losers based upon such. So yeah, money does matter, whether they want to admit it or not. Shoot. Speaking of money, Bad Black Gamer says she's another older woman running game on a younger star. Yeah, she's a student of Brittany Renner. And as long as these guys continue to do this, like, you know, guys like Travis Hunter and, you know, various other guys, like what was Brittany Renner baby daddy, PJ some shit. Yeah, PJ Washington. You know, as long as they do it, those women will always have a place. And if it's not an pro athlete, it is one of those rich, old, wrinkled up motherfuckers that still is able to walk around a little bit. It'll be one of them. But they can easily fool the young guy, because let's not forget, we are a community of people that put a lot of weight on, you know, the sexual access that we get. And, you know, maybe this young man to an extent is trying to prove something to everyone. Dr. Umar marrying white women, I see something. These athletes like these IG 304, you know, only fan types. Yeah, they like all of them. It's like you run across an Instagram page and you see her OnlyFans link and her Twitter link and all that shit. You know what kind of time she on. There's no way. You be saying back to Pornhub and X videos. Like, shoot. She 2 to 3 years older than him. That's not a wide gap, but it's still a bad dynamic. No, it's not a wide gap at all. Shoot. Like Drea Michelle was messing with them young guys. And, you know, she hasn't had much luck with that. I mean, you know, she telling Travis not to strap up. But yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely. And she gonna say some shit like, yeah, I'm really, you know, I want to feel you inside. The real you, the authentic you. And then like that's the whole okay to not use a condom. Then he gonna be fucked up. And then he gonna be 39, 40 years old on whatever version of YouTube. Then talking about some man, that bitch. Shoot. But yeah, I mean, I could say, something like, I feel for this young man. You know, I've never done this. You know, I was never so naive as to wait outside in the car while some girl went in there partying and, you know, behind closed doors with, you know, drunk dudes, possibly smiling like a donut for these guys. I'm just sitting out here waiting in the car like, she gonna come out at any moment right now. And then it's gonna be love in the air again. Like, no, I have never done that. The biggest scrutiny is why no black woman got with him. Yeah, because it's a fucking dork. I mean, he's an athletic dork, but, you know, just, I mean, like, I know somebody out there like, who are you to talk, Kevin? Yeah, you know, no, he's a dork. You listen to him talk? This guy's what you people like to call a lame, an athletic lame. But, you know, not being critical, not being too critical. He's what they call a cash cow. But he's Heisman Trophy winner, right? So I get, you know, we have to get a B-Dubs assessment of this young man. But you know, go in any comment section with a bunch of big backs and you will see. If you got access to a well of big back comments, yeah. Boy, they probably ripping him to pieces. Like they rip every black guy to pieces. You know, it used to be the black guy with the white women that are very shapely. That you see them in the comment section with their big old backs. Ooh, you couldn't handle no strong sister. Travis looked like the type that would completely crash out if or when this chick screws him. Yeah, that's or he'd be sitting in the corner crying and shit. Like what he would have, how he would have to get through that. He would have to have access to some strong-minded men. I don't know if he has that right now. If he had that right now, I don't think he would be in this situation. I think he would be in another situation where some chick would just try to screw him over, but not that one. What up, Chaos Ray? Shoot. He used to like, what was he thinking? Like, what was he thinking? I bet you she in there right now. He outside waiting. He really love me. Like, anything could be going through this kid's head. Yeah, I'm prove my love. I gotta sit out here and wait every night to prove my love. Like, boy. He look like he doesn't have many friends, if any. He probably always got a damn football in his hand. All I know is football. He Boobie Miles without the knee injury. Like, seriously, he's Boobie Miles. Like, if Boobie would have made it. You know, anybody seen Friday Night Lights? The man was crying. He was crying in the car because he hurt his knee. All I know is football. All I know is football. Like, had people was laughing in the theater. I went and saw that movie in the theater. Like, I was like, all y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Like, why y'all laughing at that man? Like, I'm sure Deion tried to warn him with Brittany interview at Jackson State. Yep. Yeah, like I said, there are some of the older athletes that try to warn these young men. Like, Amari Stoudemire used to do that. You used to speak to younger players, saying that sometimes he used to walk in hotel rooms and there'd be the woman right there laying down butt naked. So you've got to be careful. Ain't no telling what she was doing. No, ain't no telling what she was doing. Like, she told us I'm gonna lay it across your forehead while you take a shot. Like all kinds of shit. Like it's just wild. And he outside in the car waiting. He's waiting on it for it to be all over. That man was probably playing his Game Boy in the car or something. Like this is there. I don't know. It's no good way to spend this. These celebrities and athletes are the worst when it comes to simping because their access to money. Because their access to money, they so enamored by the positive attention they get from broads just because they are shiny everywhere they go. New car, new clothes, wads of cash. Yeah. And then why these like these niggas be singing Dice Pineapples and these girls and got the shopping spree they want and on to the next celebrity, and she got 500,000 followers on IG. Like it's ridiculous, man. She needs to make Nook. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Make V Nook. Yeah. So she was on the next slide. That's something else. Okay, yeah, Dr. Umar. I guess I would give all that dick policing. He probably sitting up there laughing and shit, but Dr. Umar the type that he'll go on one of his tangents and try to preach to you and his breath be in your face. Like, nigga, shut up, man. Chew some gum or something. Like, I don't like that in particular. People just be talking to you and then they just breath just be firing off at your nose. Sometimes the breath don't be stink. It's just that the fact that it's breath. Like, dude, back the fuck up. That's how Dr. Umar strikes me. He strikes me as that type. Like, dude, I don't want to hear about how this dude ended up with a snow bunny. Like, ridiculous, man. Like, shit. All right. What up, Art?
What's going on, good brother? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, absolutely. What's good?
Since the coast is clear, I'll come on up.
Say the coast is clear. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing but clear coast right now.
Just got off the call. Okay, he's still on.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Don Jizzle? She needs to make a knuckle sandwich now. What you talking about, this one or the Travis Hunter? But what up? What's good, Art? Anything to comment on that has been discussed so far, which is about, I don't know, just a plethora of things.
Thank you about the Hunter dude, Travis dude.
Yeah.
Like B just was saying, I think he said a couple of days ago or yesterday. If he's in a situation to where she potentially would turn him off and they get a breakup right after he gets his contract and they get deep into a relationship and a marriage, that can pump him up to where he may be able to end his career. She's that type of person that look like just out of spite.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She'll magically become the victim. Of some atrocity.
Yeah, because the whole sleeve tattoo as well. I mean, not to be too judgmental, but when you young, that's not what you wife up. I'm sorry. Maybe because maybe we're dads, but I would die if my son bring that around. Like, come on, man.
Man, but these stories are quite regular where these athletes will hook up with these women and it goes south real quick. Like young black men, especially. Let me see. I think his name was DJ Fluker. I did that video a while back. Like his girl was beating on him, and if he ain't had video evidence, he'd have been screwed. Let me see.
Wasn't he part of that team when Dion brought in that Renner chick to talk to them about what to look out for? Wasn't he in that group?
Mm, shoot, I'm not real sure. Maybe.
What did that? I think it was at Jackson State. Was Hunter at Jackson State when Dion was there?
Oh yeah. Somebody mentioned that in the chat earlier. Because I thought
Yeah.
you was talking about the guy I just mentioned. But yeah, Bad Black Gamer said I'm sure Dion tried to warn her with the Britney interview at Jackson State.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I mean, finger could be pointed all the way around. But look look at their examples. Look at our generations before them. You know,
Yeah, these guys weren't much better.
we've been raised on go with what you love and all that stuff. You know, what if it don't matter who you love? Like,
I mean, but there's some character issues here as well, though. Like, she's obviously taking advantage of him and understand that it's something that she can do specifically to him. Like,
yeah,
and that isn't right. And look, he has a very naive look on his face.
I'm gonna tell the
Shoot.
people, especially the younger folks. I'm gonna go back memory lane with Holly Berry and what was that guy? The pretty boy that she married. She was different pretty boys. The one that sing. No, the other one that two singers. The recent one, Eric Benet.
Oh shit! Oh, that guy.
Now she's still fine at the time when he was with her, right? And people were like, "Man, how could you leave a fine chick like that?" But people don't take into account some of these chicks are they're crazy. So
Yeah.
you find all you want, but what about the craziness that you got to endure when it hits the fan? So I think people are looking at how she looks. Okay, she looks all right, but what about her mental capacity?
Yeah.
What
What about it? Yeah. Absolutely. What about her character? What about the things that she can offer up besides asking for shit, which is not an offer up at all. I don't know. I guess it's good to live in a world of normal people. Like I said, these guys have larger than God complexes because they got millions of dollars coming their way. And, this is a reaction. They get lots of so-called beautiful women approaching them and giving them all this attention. And,
she got somewhat of a white girl game. She's doing kind of like ass backwards, but usually white girls get you before you get the contract. So that's respect there, but she's kind of on the ratchet side with it though.
Yeah.
So it's like I hope he didn't pull out a ring or nothing and all that stuff.
You didn't hear what he said to us. If I made the NFL, I'm asking to marry me. So that shit's on the way, bro. You already confirmed it.
I'd rather see him with a Becky than this chick. At least, and matter of fact, remember the show The Game?
Yeah, I remember that.
She needs to watch that. Like seriously, she needs. If she didn't, basically, she didn't get the message. Because you can tell how they had it structured. You just had to make sure that the football players are taken care of at home so they can concentrate on the field. I don't think she fits that description. So that's
not at all.
You know what? To be honest, like if he does sign with like a team or whatever, they got handlers. So that might be something that she may not be able to endure.
Well, I mean, he's already in the media's eye, so he's definitely getting signed. One thing I do understand about how these careers go is that if you see them in the media before they get signed to a professional team, they're getting signed to a professional team. I will give you an example: LeBron James. Shoot, I remember seeing his McDonald's high school basketball game before he took off in the NBA, and all of a sudden he was there, becoming a legend. They're doing it to all these kids, man, prepping them for the apps. I mean, they're prepping them either to be successful athletes or idiot to keep you distracted in the media.
Yeah, yeah, most likely there's probably going to be somebody that's going to be on the case and probably I mean, especially these days. And then on top of that, I mean, it's not like they're going to announce a handler or how they do things behind the scenes, but you can read the tea leaves just in case, like either she helps them act right or she's missing. Then you know for sure that the team that he signed with handled that for him.
Mm.
Yeah, if you bad for business, you messing up the money and the product, they're gonna do something about that. And I don't
Oh
have
yeah,
to be,
absolutely.
you don't have to be a genius for that. We watch plenty of games.
Yeah,
Mine,
yeah, I mean,
right? The team gonna take care of that.
yeah,
But
yeah. They've been down this road many times before.
yeah, they can talk about I love her all they want, but I love her.
Nah,
It doesn't equal the checks and endorsements, all
no,
that.
it's keep your eye on the ball, literally.
Yeah, he may just have to. He may just have to. I don't know. I mean, if he's looking, he may just have to get someone that's groomed for him.
Mm.
And the industry is good for that as well. The part that I don't like about that is that they groom these people so they control you through their woman.
Oh yeah.
That part I don't like, but
Uh,
or you just
uh,
come back.
so I hate to bring up this talking point because I'm against it because I believe it's dick policing. It's a real stupid talking point, but it might actually have some levity. Like these professional black athletes, they are introduced to certain circles that gives them access to white women so they can keep the wealth in the white community. I've heard this, but it's always coming from someone with a disingenuous standpoint just to shame brothers. But there might be some levity to it. No, I'm not some type of financial advisor, so I'm not gonna ever make the complaint about generational wealth or where the money going. I think it's dumb as fuck. But do you think that there's some actual levity to that they are introduced to certain circles where they have access to other races of women, especially if they're going to be millionaire athletes, and them, those women being able to lock those guys down keeps the wealth in those communities?
Possibility if these guys want to stay childless for the rest of their lives. But I was looking at who was that? I was looking at Power. Remember Power with Ghost and all them?
Yeah, I watched
And,
like the first two episodes, and
and there's a part where he got killed, right? And then his lawyer was laying out who gets what. So the ex-wife was there and his children. And so the lawyer said that all his money goes to the children, the wife don't get nothing. And I thought about it. I said, what if that woman was white? That blows holes in a lot of Umar's theories, especially if you have children. So you can still leave your wealth to your children because they do have black in them if you have a mixed children.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I don't go along with that talking point, because especially if the man got kids,
Right.
like Like I don't really appreciate Umar really going at Vanessa Bryant like that anyway.
Yeah, he just
Which
messed up for all of us.
yeah, I just thought that was real goofy, and I
She
mean, like, go ahead.
said she could have worked with him. You know, I think if he would have sounded a little bit more genuine, he could have worked with her and her daughter. I mean, I think they could have found some way, but since he was so hostile, whatever, because she gives money, to different causes and stuff like that,
Yeah,
black and brown stuff.
yeah.
So she gives money, but when he did that, it's like, okay, well,
What?
I'm,
No, she was giving the black and brown stuff. So you mean that generational wealth was going to some black folks?
yeah, there was one out there in Philadelphia, I believe. She gave to, I think, Obama school out here. There's different places like sports programs. See, the whole thing, I don't know if you can find it online because I know people are Googling it, trying to like fact check me, but I know my city. There's different parks, foundations, usually, because I might have to write a letter myself, where they promote, because she's trying to promote the whole black and brown thing that a lot of black folks frown upon. But she's putting money in that. So if she can see some kind of like, they call it some kind of proof or some kind of evidence that there's some kind of black and brown unity building and all that kind of stuff, community, all these different words, she donates. I don't know how much. It's a lot.
Yeah, but you say that if it's on some positive stuff, but I mean, seeing that her husband was a black man and seeing how Umar directs his rhetoric toward black men, uh, I mean, based on what you said, I don't know if she would sign up for that shit anyway. Besides him going at her about, the interracial and the stupid generational wealth talking point. Um, just based on that alone, like, would she distance herself? You would think.
If he spoke the right language, just because, I mean, you can tell, like some of the stories, you could tell that she has some kind of art for like the young up and coming Kobe's and all that kind of stuff. So if he appealed on that note, then I'm quite sure he would have got. I'm not saying that she would have threw a lot of money at him, but I think they would have did some projects together. But he's on this, what do you call it? Black only, sub-Saharan type stuff, and it just don't. It's not working. I mean, as you can see, it's not working for him.
No, it isn't, and I mean, like, it seems like the louder he gets, which he's gotten traction in social media. I will give him that, but based on the original Umar versus the Umar now, Umar is a joke, bro. Like, I mean, the original Umar, the one I used to hear, I know nobody will believe me when I'm saying this, but he used to preach that interracial dating with a black man with any other race of women was a conquest. He was with, diluting their blood, but like, as he would say, but he, of course, since then it switched, to the, he's like the second lieutenant, sergeant, whatever, the dick police. So,
well, it's killing him. He thinks it's keeping him afloat, but it's killing him.
Yeah, because
it's almost like Arnold. It's almost like Arnold from Different Stroke trying to find a different acting role after he got older.
No, it just went. Yeah, the strange part about that is Gary Coleman did do an interview complaining about that. Like, he was like, he hated the fact that he was, and I laughed at this a couple times, and it's really not funny. The fact that he was trapped in the body, of a kid, and he will always be seen as Arnold, and not a full grown man. That's why he was so frustrated and hostile, because everywhere he went. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, Omar is like it's the pro black Arnold. Can't grow out that road no more. He put so much time in that simping. Can't get out of it now.
Not at all.
You
Like
stop simping. Wrong. If you stop simping.
He get in front of a bunch of B dubs and it's over with. The black man this, the black man that. It's funny yet it's sad. I mean, like I'll admit to being triggered every now and again whenever I see negative shit about black men, especially coming from people who are obviously black men. I mean, but I don't know, some of the stuff I've actually learned to laugh at because it's ridiculous. It's almost as if when I look at this political stuff and someone's saying something insanely stupid and not really for the people, it does kind of trigger me, but not in a way that I just lose my composure and just start punching the air. But it's just like it's in the form. I was like, man, these some dumb motherfuckers right here. I swear, they dumb as fuck. That's probably as far as I go. Is this KP from KC5 says Umar can't be stopped. This
man, if he had so many different chances too because he survived the conscious stripper. He could have. I think when he started doing the whole light skin thing against what's that dude's name, Sarasetti?
Oh, Seti. Oh yeah, he was feuding with Seti. Let me let me show you that video that supposedly it was supposed to be his impression of Seti. Let's see.
He said,
Here it is.
Speak that speech. That was the funniest part of it.
Okay. But yeah, this video right here.
Are aliens real?
Okay. All right. Well, just a moment. I'm just gonna play it.
Are aliens real? Yes, aliens are real. Because an alien visited me in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Me and my mother were looking out the window and we saw a UFO. It was a UFO. So we watching this UFO, kept swirling around, so it was way up in the sky. I go to bed. But I'm not asleep now. You laying down in your bed before you fall asleep. And the next thing you know, this yellow thing walked into my room. It was about 3 feet tall, shaped like a man, but no features. No, it was just pure yellow light. And I'm scared as shit. I want to call my mom because we just saw a UFO like 2 hours ago. And this little yellow man, stocky too, he was built like he was a bodybuilder. And I'm acting like I'm asleep because I don't want him to know I'm woke. And then all of a sudden, it ran up to me and punched me in my face. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose. I just knew I had a black eye or a broke nose, and it ran out the room. And I got up and ran into my parents' room, and I said, I just got punched in the face by an alien. They said, boy, go to bed.
Lord have mercy. I wish him the best, though. Hopefully he'll get it together somehow.
Yeah, I mean, look, all he had to do is open that school up, prove all the haters wrong. That's all he got to do, man. Like
or do multiple schools, like do small schools, and then whatever has the most, support traction, then you expand that one. And the ones that don't, you close those down. I mean, that's not rocket science. On the side note, remember Chucky Booker?
Yeah.
He's 62.
He's 62. Oh, okay. How's it going for him? Is he okay?
Living. I just saw like those posts where they say happy 62nd birthday, and I'm like, damn.
Why you wanna play games on me? Yeah, that guy, Chucky Booker.
He wrote for Troop and all them people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can see that from his style. Yeah. But he wrote for Troop.
I never thought him to be 62 because he looked young, like real young then. Anyhow, that's just that's a little side note. We'll come back.
Yeah, old Chucky Booker. Just glad he's still healthy and kicking it and all that.
I'm just looking
Uh,
at a lot of nostalgic stuff, man. Just a lot of, I guess because I have the week off, a couple of weeks off, so
oh, okay. Yeah. So you just kicking back, getting ready
watching
for the
the holiday. Yeah.
getting ready for Saint Nick and the elves and the inevitability I have to face telling my kid that no, there's no Santa.
I
It's-
tell a lot of people I don't do Christmas, but I take gifts.
oh, okay.
Well,
Okay. So you didn't grow up with the holiday?
I did, but after I got a little older and started reading more, I just like,
Yeah.
I don't really need it. So
Yeah, because I was taught both. I was told about Santa Claus and I was taught about Jesus. It's Jesus' birthday. And then I would subsequently learn that December 25th might not even be the day. It's just a day that we commemorate it.
and the 25th is Buddha's birthday, Nimrod, Lakshmi, Vishnu, Zeus. Every god you can name, their birthday is December 25th. Did you know that?
Oh shit.
Everyone you can name is on 25th, the winter solstice birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was one of them. Like anybody can Google it, they'll see it. It's like what? When I saw that, I'm like, man, let me just live my life.
Man, Scott Keller said, beer, women, and smoking, you will live longer. Yes, there's a Santa Claus. It's called my wallet.
It's Santa
So-
Claus
Yeah.
or
So-
Dad.
So I'm going to kick it with the in-laws for the next few days, and yeah,
Okay.
I got to watch them bake cookies and put it under the tree with some milk for Santa Claus.
It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse to be with the family, even if you're not doing the holidays, because you don't
Yes.
have that kind of time.
Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law has a PlayStation, so that's all good. I'll be okay, I believe.
I was at a family, a white family holiday thing yesterday. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I bet you the food was outstanding.
I wouldn't eat none of that. I wasn't apologizing, Kev. I was not apologizing. What you want? I'm like, no, I'm good. But that one for y'all though. It looks delicious though. I had to be very charming about it. I wasn't full, That's I come late on purpose.
Yeah, don't fall for it. I fell for it when in my younger days. I would,
Uh-oh. Yeah, you had to get like the Pepto Bismol.
I don't know, man. You ever had that look on your face and your mouth be full, like, yeah,
Like you lost a bet.
yeah, yeah, man, like that.
Go ahead and chug up. No, no, I just can't, man. They got dogs running around too. I was like, I'm good, man. I am so
Said,
good.
somebody they had the dogs lick the spoon when they mix the shit, man.
Because I was looking, and like if you have your head turned, the dog can stick their face up in and start licking stuff. I was like, oh, hell no. You can say what you want about black folks, but we eat clean food, man.
Oh yeah, and it is seasoned.
Yeah, when you about to cook your chicken, we soak that in vinegar.
Yeah,
Kill all the germs and stuff, or some people do lemon juice, stuff like that. We take care of the kitchen, man. I don't know what these other people on, but
Scott Keller. He said we always have deer hearts and liver for Christmas dinner. Yeah.
what he said was
He said we always have deer hearts and liver for Christmas dinner.
doing the Lord's work. Yeah, I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but also, we as humans, we have to watch our frequency for eating organs.
Yeah, I got
really?
out to touch that stuff.
Yeah, they say they say you can eat organs; they're really healthy, but like eat them like once or twice a year because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, most organs got vitamin B12 in it, but it only goes to that rare blood type though.
Uh,
It's overkill for type O. If anybody y'all can Google that if y'all want out there. You can Google the Google finger people,
yeah. I mean, plenty of information. Yeah.
scholars. Yeah. So yeah, I just chill, man. You know, I think about my mom. Her last Christmas.
Oh,
What didn't have too well of a last Christmas.
so your mom used to think about her last Christmas? Did
Yeah,
you?
she passed away almost 8 years ago now.
Yeah. Mine, she passed away like 3 years ago. I didn't see her on her last Christmas, So I mean,
Sit
yeah.
back and because she had my aunt and her cousin, my cousin staying there, and they bought a tree. This is in my mom's house, and they were staying with my mother, and they they were staying there supposedly temporarily, but they overstayed. Let's just say that. But in the meantime, they bought my cousin had a little daughter with her, so they bought a tree. They put a whole bunch of other gifts under the tree, but they didn't buy my mother a gift for that tree. And they missed her house.
Ugh.
So my mom felt a little ways about that.
Yeah.
So what I did though, after she passed away, and I got those ladies evicted out of my mom's house, I just put a little small tree in the house and just put a gift only there just for her, just symbolically. Put a little box under the tree. That was back in 2020.
Yeah.
After I kicked the heifers out the house. So that was the least I can do. But yeah, every time you come around, I always think about that story.
Yeah, you sound like you're a good son.
Yeah, that's the only one. Like my BGS would talk about these octanes, right? My mom was like the ultimate 92 octane. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get that replacement to have those power conversations with a 92 octane woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had was mom. But I do have like a broke black Republican dad from Mississippi. He's still around.
Okay.
Some people heard him on Bitter Truth channel.
So you have a Republican dad?
A broke black Republican dad.
Oh, okay. So how did he feel about the election result?
Oh, he thinks Donald Trump is God, man.
Okay.
And I keep telling him, I'm like, Donald Trump's supposed to look up to you, not you looking up to him. And, no, he's going to save the country, and he's going to do this and that, and he's going to. I said, okay, Dad, all right. I don't really sit there and just I don't do the contrarian thing with people's politics. I just let them fall.
Yeah. I mean, it's people are either too passionate or too dispassionate about it. It is what it is.
My mom found that Kamala was going to win. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. So, okay. All right.
She's already working on 2028.
Yeah. So what I read, yeah. So, I think they probably just trolling people right now. She's gonna come out with that.
I don't know what the fuck that's going on, but she coming out there, and it's still platitudes and.
They can't talk about the governor of California too.
Oh shit! She
gonna
run against Gavin Newsom, but Democrat for Democrat.
He's done. He's done in 2 years.
She gonna get it?
He got to run against a Latino that used to be a mayor here, and he was very famous. So I think the next governor is gonna definitely be a Latino.
Yeah.
Antonio, he's gonna win. He's one of those. He's a true politician. I haven't seen him in a while, but his name popped up, so definitely he's gonna be running. But he's that politician that kisses all the babies. He don't just kiss Latino babies only. He kisses all the babies, hug all the women. shake all the hands. You know, he put in some work for that mayor position.
Yeah.
Played basketball with the brothers at UCLA and all that stuff. Just recreational work. That's probably the new governor's Mayor Villaraigosa.
Oh, okay. So you say Kamala's not gonna be the governor of California?
I really doubt if she has a chance unless she has some funny business going on, you know. But I really doubt it after this election. You know, and the track record too on how she got from place to place to place. Because if she run, that means she won't be appointed anymore. She would have to like legitimately run.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. And with is Willie Brown still alive if she runs, you know?
Scott Keller says Harris is done.
I think he's 80, Willie Brown.
But so you call me the mayor. That guy. Oh man.
You don't have issue. Oh, dude, he's 90, dude. He's 90. Dang.
Oh shit. That man, Kamala got his best years.
Yeah, he got his best stroking years, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I don't know, man. Maybe she got a chance. Maybe she'll actually grow a personality, and people will buy into her. I don't see it happening.
You got 2 years on it. You got 2 years to work on it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think this election, like the dude said in the chat, I think she's done, man. I don't see it. I don't see her really recovering.
I mean, you know, she might not have Doug. I heard it's trouble in paradise, you know. Say what?
I said, I don't know.
You know, what's about old Cucky Moth?
No, because it might be some legal stuff happening. He might be caught up in some things. And
oh shit!
Right, because I think that remember he's a lobbyist for a major. I want to say, but he's linked to the major pharmaceutical companies. I believe he's a lawyer of the lobbyist, something like the lawyer for them. Mm. So, and I think he was making money hand over fist, nobody's seeing it. So, and that's the way to go if you're the first gentleman. Was it second gentleman or whatever you call it?
So, there you go. Shoot, but man, I don't know. It would have been Kamala and the Hairlines. I mean, had Tim Walz, Doug Emhoff, like shit. Like, I mean, I know it's something stupid to look at. You know, to see it. What if she had won? She'd have had two of the strongest hairlines, her vice president and her husband. Like,
yeah, she had the white pillars. One white man on one end and one on the other. And she's a black one that people kept questioning her blackness.
Yeah.
Let me
ask you a question. If she would have chose Josh Shapiro instead of Tim Walz, you think she'd have got PA?
No. It still would have lost. Oh, you mean Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
I still don't think so.
Yeah.
Think so. The reason why I say that because she didn't win any swing states at all.
Oh shit! Yeah. She got destroyed.
Yeah. No state she lost.
Well, here's a positive for I pulled a positive out of all of this, out of Kamala Harris and her presidential goal. Her go at trying to become president. At least she didn't lose as bad as Walter Mondale.
Wow. We have Geraldine Ferraro as his VP.
Oh man! Wow.
Didn't she look like Barry Manilow?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that specifically. But Walter Mondale, for those of you who don't know or just don't have the wherewithal to Google it right now, Walter Mondale only won 2 states. Ronald Reagan destroyed him because I believe Walter Mondale took the unpopular position saying I'm going to raise everyone's taxes, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I couldn't get all the details. Let me see. We were in high school. Was that 88? No, that was 84.
Yeah. Walter Mondale and Reagan. That was 1984.
Okay.
I turned 8 years old that year.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in middle school. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So, that's Purple Rain days and stuff. But I was in middle school. It was hard to follow that stuff at the time. I just knew that Republicans bad, Democrats good.
Yeah. I was just about to say that. My family preached that shit. Yeah, we just supposed to vote Democrat. And they went and voted for Walter Mondale, and I think Jesse Jackson actually was in the primaries.
He was right. And I think what destroyed him was the Town. And the other part of
the reason why I'm laughing is because Eddie Murphy did some on Saturday Night Live with that.
Don't turn me down, Town. Well. Don't turn me.
That shit was so funny. But Jesse Jackson was kind of a he kind of carried himself like a celebrity.
People were really shit. He had a good between 84 and 88. He had a lot of support. But when you run it against a machine, they're gonna get you somehow.
Jesse Jackson was like one of the black leaders in that time frame.
And I think the hardest part was the connection between him and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan too.
Yeah.
Because on one end, he had to get Farrakhan in the mix because he had to campaign in the South, and the Southern folks were threatening his life. So he needed the FOI to watch after him. And they weren't touching him when he was in the South with the FOI, but the Jews felt a certain way about that. So he was protected, but at the same time, it was unpopular. So I guess he's supposed to be like dodging bullets. They probably would have won if people started shooting at him. Like Eddie Murphy said too in Delirious. Remember he said how Jesse was going to be running for office, and he said, "Imagine him winning." And he said he still the speech while he's knocked out.
Yeah, doing speeches like he dodging bullets. I remember that. But 1984, man, that shit was wow. That's the year Gremlins came out.
I just remember Purple Rain. What else? A lot of stuff really took. I mean, Knight Rider, wasn't in the Knight Rider 18. But I think some of these things come in pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like 80, 83, 84, or 84, 85.
Yeah, I agree. Transformers. I think Transformers was Transformers 84, 85.
Yeah, Smurfs,
yeah.
Yeah, Super Friends. Well, Super Friends was 82, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a lot, man. For some reason, 84 was that pocket. Even that was the British invasion again with all those corny music, but everybody liked it.
Yeah.
Like What I Like About You and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, and what was that song? Come On Eileen.
Come on, Eileen.
Yeah. They were British.
Yeah, that was two British invasions, one in the 60s and one in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
mean that, and then that was the genesis of MTV right there. So
Yeah.
they got plenty of airtime.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's what's
Yeah,
funny, man? And
what?
I was looking for date. Do you remember the show Spencer for Hire?
Yeah.
Man, I've been watching that all weekend.
Oh,
That shit was a bomb, man.
Mm.
I think everybody watched it because of Hawk.
yeah.
That's because when I was growing up, that's what I aspired. I wanted to be like him.
Mm.
Even
Oh
down,
yeah,
even down to the Beamer he was driving.
yeah. I got a show for you though. Remember Hunter?
Oh yeah, Hunter with the Heather Locklear.
Yeah, it wasn't Heather Locklear, I don't believe.
What's that?
No, I remember he used to come on NBC on Saturday night.
It was
Basically,
Fred Dreyer,
Fred Dryer. Yeah.
and his sidekick was Heather Locklear. Who was it? Man?
It wasn't Heather Locklear. So let me see. Let me look it up. Hunter. Not Hunter Biden, people. Talking about a TV show.
Oh, I know it's a black haired chick. Okay, Stephanie Kramer.
Yeah, Stephanie Kramer. Yeah.
Locklear, I think it was on TJ Hooker.
That motherfucker's still alive too. He's 78 years old.
Fred Dreyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy too? A lot of these shows back in the 80s had a lot of saxophone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That the saxophone was the 80s entertainment. You know, you hear a saxophone rip, you knew it was on and popping. It was like a lot of music, and you know, it was kind of Vegas style. You know, small band, like dudes with the sleeves out. You know, with the tuxedo tops and shit, with the mullets.
When they start running, they start like chasing, get them like, they the drums, and even when they got the little like love scene when they kissing, the saxophone slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
They always found a way to put sax in there, man. I was like, wow, because I watch Heat of the Night too. I know you've seen that a lot.
Oh yeah. R.I.P. Howard Rollins.
Yeah, all of them. I mean, everybody on the show except for Bubba passed away.
Oh, okay. R.I.P. everybody. And you know, Hugh O'Connor was like, wasn't Hugh O'Connor like the first one to go? Like Carol O'Connor's son.
Actually, his son died. Yeah, his son died first, and then he died after that.
Yeah.
His son died of a drug overdose.
Yeah. Detroit 313 says Michelle Obama has better chances to be the president.
To win, I don't know if be the president, but maybe win.
I don't know if the Obamas. I don't know. They still have they're gonna have their following. You know, the no matter what, the my forever president people. You know that's what I got to face in Florida. some staunch Democrats that don't understand what happened. But I don't know if at this point, maybe a few years back, but I don't know at this point if she has a chance.
If she had a chance, she had a bad opponent. But right now,
horrible. Yeah, they had to be horrible. Like they had to be mega racist.
Yeah, but if it's somebody that's kind of decent or whatever, I think it's gonna be pretty hard for them.
Like Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, if somebody that's really done, had some work done and has a track record and have a potential to do some presidential things, that might be her Achilles.
Yeah,
but,
like Elon Musk. Yeah, it's like Elon Musk. They said he threatened the Republicans, saying that if y'all vote, they're supposed to have this bill that's supposed to help out farmers, but they it was something else. It was very important that they were supposed to be doing. The
debt ceiling shutdown, what a government shutdown thing.
Yeah, that government shutdown thing. Like they was trying to they were trying to do something very important, but they had other stuff in there, like they was gonna give $100 billion to the Ukraine, and they were gonna give they're gonna put up $60 billion to stabilize Syria. They was gonna put up either 80 million or 80 billion for transgender surgeries. They also had in the bill raises for themselves and more expansions on their federal health care. Elon Musk threatened the Republicans. They said, look, if you vote on that bill, you guys don't deserve to get elected next year. And Elon Musk got X. And X is like it is not a threat to democracy. It's a threat to the narrative that mainstream media tries to push, because people are starting to see X as this reputable news source. And based on what CNN and MSNBC, has done over the past few years, that they gave him the opening.
Yeah,
Like,
and then expanding too. So that's going to be the one everybody's watching for, some quote unquote reputable information. So
yeah,
and I don't like when people use the word disinformation, misinformation. That means you've been programmed.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, I can tell you who pushed that. Stacey Abrams, when she lost, she pushed that. She lost because of black men being fed misinformation and disinformation. And after that, it just became rampant. And what they were trying to do, they were trying to use that as an excuse to censor people. And if we would have had a Harris victory, lots of folks would have been started getting censored. Because they will start, because the word misinformation and disinformation used together is very subjective. It's what you decide it is at the time, which isn't likely to be accurate, because people will more so use their emotion and their feelings rather than just simply looking up the information to see if it's correct or incorrect.
Yeah, it's just mainly something that nobody likes to hear, so they're going to call it disinformation or misinformation.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, I don't just say you don't like what you're hearing and I just want to say something to oppose it. Just, I wish people had like a real conversation about these things. And I have to give a shout out to Dr. Thunder. I think he calls, sometimes if they engage in this, what do you call it? Something fallacy, binary fallacy. That's what he calls it. And I agree with him. It's like, in order for you to engage with someone, you got to even make them a part of something so that you can engage with them. So if we talked about religion and you a Christian, I got to be a Buddhist in order for you to engage with me, instead of talking about religion. That kind of thing. That's how crazy we are as people.
Yeah. You got people on TV telling you not to spend your Thanksgiving with people just based on how they voted.
That's insane.
Yes. I mean, not that I'm a huge fan of Joy Reid anyway. Especially after the Byron Donalds conversation, which I thought was disgusting. But, to go on TV with who was this? This was a woman who was a psychologist, and tell people not to spend their holiday with their family members if they voted for Donald Trump. That it was okay.
Is you doing medical practice? Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. That's what, like I said, that's why I did a short on it. I actually, did a short on it. And that's why I don't let people try to shame me with their credentials. Because you very well don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're trying to use your credentials to try to validate your horrible lies and oh, here we go, misinformation.
Yeah, misinformation. Good Lord, that's. I mean, when that comes out of their mouth, I'm getting quiet, waiting for that conversation to go over so I can hang up.
Yeah.
I hear, I can smell that Kool-Aid on your breath. So
yeah, I was like, All right. Okay, I gotta go.
I put pause and make a sandwich and then see if they still talking, or mute. I'm sorry, mute and go make a sandwich and see if they're still talking, and
yeah,
come back. Oh, you done? Okay, well, good talking to you.
Good talk to you, man. Yeah, have a good week. It's like they were trying to use that basically to say that we didn't know who the fuck what the fuck we were talking about. We weren't right to be sort of apprehensive on who was being put in front of us. We should just vote for these people just because and not because they really stand on anything. And I just didn't, feel at the time that, a lot of these politicians were standing on anything. So I would recommend, vote how y'all want to vote, but do y'all research first. I mean, I'm not going to vote for someone just because they're black, like I did for Obama twice. I'll just say I wasn't looking at who he really was. And ever since Obama, I was always try to be more careful with my vote. Even though in 2016, I did give it to Hillary because I was listening to the media when they was, saying stuff about Donald Trump in 2016. I thought that the country was going to burn down if he got in office. And, we was going to get measured for our chains and shackles and our burlap outfits, just get ready to get back in the barn and sleep and work 13, 14 hours a day for nothing, And
they're going to keep the Chinese, the Arabs, the Indian, leave all them alone and just put black people in chains.
Yeah, they're going to go through everybody else just to get to us. I drank all that Kool-Aid, but when it got to 2020, I was like, hey, I didn't. Yeah, not bad. I mean, but anyway, I'm not going to be the kind of person that I would never be that kind of person. I would never be that kind of person that would, just because you voted a certain way, I can't hang out with you, or, you deserve to die, or you deserve to catch some type of disease that eats your skin. Like, they say all kinds of shit to you. Like, do you understand the absurdity of your average Democratic voter? And I'm not just like picking on them because I know somebody out there probably gonna say something like, well, what about the Republicans? I know they're crazy. I know they are, but like the Democrats, bruh, like if it's like it boils down to, if you disagree with them politically and philosophically, then you're a bad person automatically. You're a bad person. You're stupid. You're misinformed.
When I say black first, I'm black first. I'm black before a politician.
Okay. Yeah.
So if whatever their politics are, I'm not going to use that as a reason to discourage or disparage my brother or my sister. I'm not doing that. That I think that's the problem. That's probably the problem that we have in this space as a whole. It's almost like how gay folks put their orientation instead, before their race.
Yeah.
Well, gay black people, white folks be on cold, gay white dudes, but for some reason, gay, whether you les or whatever, you still put that ahead of being black.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, I gotta go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, like, I think they see more perks in it because since these social justice movement, they would use their gayness before their blackness, and it just that's why I don't mean, like, that ain't really the main reason why I don't in particular empathize with them. I don't, but they're the ones made themselves separate. If we can coexist, but and I'm a person that puts his race first, but I just question a lot of stupidity that comes from our people, and that doesn't make me anti us. But I know it's a tough road. I know it is. It's a tough road because, and with each passing day, it's becoming an even tougher road because you got less and less people right now wanting to be genuinely proud of their blackness. Yeah, so that's why I really don't respect the alphabet thing from a political standpoint, because especially if they're like, well, with them being a black person, because they see it as an easy way out. I don't, anybody should be able to exist and live in this country comfortably, and if they work hard. But all that wanting to be treated special shit, that falls shorter on people like me. I don't care. What used to kill me was like, I would hang around like the hardened thugs, right? These supposed guys that, they might be potential killers or whatever. Whenever they ran across a gay guy, they would show that person the utmost respect. They would shake their hand. I respect your lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Volunteer some grace that they didn't have to give in the first place. Kind of like how they react around white folks, kind of like all respectful and shit. But I don't know. I kind of went in a direction with that. But
for the people out there, so they could like, why are you talking about that? I brought that up because a lot of people tend to put politics before race.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it kind of makes it hard to build that way because everybody else is not doing it. We're the main ones that are doing it, and it's not working for them. So when you see me engaging with a so-called coon or a lefty or whatever it is, I'm hanging and talking and dialoguing because that's my brother or my sister. So it's like it's chew the meat and spit out the bones type conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the cool stuff, I'm like, okay, well, I already know how they feel about certain things, so I try to pass that part to see what we have that's more in common, and some of the other stuff that's far left, and get past the other stuff to see what we got in common. I think that's the way it should be, but hey, that's just me. I know other people have other ways to deal with it, but shoot, what they say, we're all we got. You don't have the luxury to pick and choose all the time, because basically when we try to do things by ourselves, we wind up not really, accomplishing the stuff that we set to accomplish. I'm telling my son the same thing. Like, dude, you got to get you different types of friends, party friends, hood friends, straight lace, get you a whole array, just build you a nice little 18. Yeah, he did watch the team back in the day with me when he was play some reruns. But yeah, get you a BA, was it Baracus and a Murdoch, who's the other guy? Hannibal.
Spaceman and Hannibal,
Man, yeah, get you a different array of people and see how you can, fit them together. Because usually, when you assemble those people, just the fact that you brought them together, that's all you need, and then you can just see what you can go from there. Hopefully, but I think the bad part is that when you leave them alone, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Oh yeah.
Like, I thought y'all were cool. No, man, that's this dude, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm here now. Let's get the work done.
Yeah, so just like I'm about to get out of here, but just want to discuss the topic that I originally started out with for a moment about the red pill. Is the question is being married in red pill possible? And there are many people that would say yes. Some would say no.
I think it's required as far from a male standpoint, because for the most, because would you say that red pill have some kind of leadership in there?
Yeah, I absolutely would.
are.
I would think that red pill would be a clear-minded individual.
Because you serve as the woman's balance, but she got all the blue. You know, I mean, you would have to have a inkling of that just to make that connection with home chick. You know, whoever you marry. But for the most part, I think people have all these different understandings and interpretation of what red pill is. But at the same time, I think would you say that red pill had absolutely no morals at all?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I don't know where these guys get this from.
I thought that blue pill had a lot to do with having morals and caring for the world and all that kind of stuff, following the laws and conforming.
Well, being the fool, I would say, is blue pilled, and red pill is being clear minded, having direction, and not being the fool, not being someone's fool. The red pill means you get it. The blue pill means you don't get it. And that's just as simple as that. Is what I don't see it as some type of doctrine, misogynistic doctrine or something like that. You know, we hate women. We just go stay away from women. You know, just blah blah blah. I mean, when I see, guy movements, and I'm saying that with quote fingers, movements, and men are just basically up here that don't need permission to speak. You're always gonna have somebody, guy or girl or somebody complaining about that shit. Is like, I feel like these guys are trying to make red pill a buzz term for whenever they want to signal to their audience. Okay, we about to drag some dudes. We about to drag some niggas. Let's go. Come on, And I do question the logic in that. I mean, whatever the intent is.
Yeah, like I said, I look at the red pill part of marriage as far as just making sure that you are taking charge, whatever is necessary, based on your expertise and you knowing how to insert your manhood and your masculinity to keep that whole structure together. Sign of weakness, that kind of thing. I mean, I can see that part in there, but all the other stuff, I mean, that's up for debate.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because you said some words that were real key. One word jumps out at me is balance, and I can't count myself before coming on the air. Maybe for a couple of days, how would I define manhood? Manhood. What it means to be a man. And I would say number one, the biological part of it, of course. I mean, but there's more that goes along with that. Your ability to adapt and to survive as you grow with a balance of masculinity and compassion. Just being able to handle business and, keeping your composure while doing such. Sometimes you have to temper it with a little anger, but as long as it is a benefit to your overall life, you basically your ability to withstand, and to, like I said, into being your masculinity, and having a penis and testicles and all the other shit. I mean, that manhood makes up all of that. It's not being some type of, angry, hardcore, alpha that, you have to go out in the forest and kill your food with your bare hands, drink 4 gallons of beer in one sitting, and it's not quite that serious, but
I'll give people
Go ahead.
I give people an assignment out there. They need to write down all the absolute qualities of manhood or masculinity on one side, and write down all the qualities of femininity on the other side, and make sure each one that you itemize, they kind of fit in the same category of both roles. And the reason why I say that is because you got to see if they're opposites or they complementary, right? So
Yeah.
one is providing while the other one's nurturing, right?
Yeah.
One is protecting while the other one is healing. See what I mean? So
Yeah.
you got to start figuring out because that's the thing, is that most of the time when you start defining masculinity, it's one thing to be masculine by yourself, or having manhood by yourself, but you got to start not worrying, but understanding how masculinity and manhood fit in the world that you live in.
Mm.
So when they start conflicting with each other, that's when you have to work that out. So what I'm saying is that when you have that whole manhood experience, most of the time it's problem solving, critical analysis, moving from one point to the next, surviving, repairing, action, all these different things. So once you start laying all those things down, okay, that's all well and good. Now the last question would be, how would you master them? It's just, are you just gonna let it still in the shell? I think a lot of people think that manhood is gonna work out by itself. And they run into a lot of brick walls that way. Especially my son. I'm working on his butt right now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's the key though. You gotta make sure that whatever is considered your opposite or your complement, you gotta find out how those things exist next to each other so they won't be in each other's way. Because that's the problem. A lot of people like to jump in the way of the manhood process or the manhood experience. And that's why you got all these boys questioning their manhood. There's people always interfering. But if you have a clear case on who you are as a man, then basically all you got to do is walk forward. There shouldn't be no scratching the head and searching, whatever. You got your orders, you got everything that's laid out, just move forward. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is very necessary, I think, for especially people that are growing.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense.
One person saying, "You shut me this."
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's about time for me to go ahead and bring this to a close. So
Okay. I'm glad I had a clear path to come here and give my brother some support, and I may have a treat on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that.
Word, definitely, and thanks for the support. I do appreciate this. It doesn't always have to be smoke and conflict between brothers. Sometimes we can just get along and have a conversation.
I'm about grown up conversation. You know me, man. I'm about grown up conversation. I ain't about no little rascal stuff. I'm cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, appreciate you having you once again, Art. Yeah, so check him out Tuesdays, Friday nights, on YouTube on Art Dustal TV. So yeah, call me what you want. I would say if you are, concerned about the whole how the red pill, coincides with, being married, but is it possible? I believe the answer is yes. And I believe that question was answered by, more than one perspective, which is needed, amongst us black men here. So this is why we are here, to give you a different viewpoint on things. But I'm a little tired, so I will see you guys later. Maybe sometime this week if I have time. Like I said, it's the holidays, Christmas and all this other stuff, which comes but once a year, and everybody's gonna be busybodied. So shit. I mean, we'll see. So anyway,
Well, happy holidays to you and the family, good buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. You as well. And long live the habitual eye steppers. Till the next time, folks. Peace out.
Right.